Today, I'm not just speaking out for a 7-year-old who has been molested. Not just one case of injustice, but for every woman and children who have suffered at the hands of predators who continue to walk free. It's not just about one tragedy. It's about a broken system that continues to fail us. We are seeing an overwhelming movement online, #JusticeForKwekwe. This movement is not just about one incident. It's about the larger crises in South Africa, the daily violations, the exploitation of women, the lack of protection for our children, and the deep corruption that allows perpetrators to buy their way out of accountability. The contradiction of Human Rights Day. Not so long ago, we celebrated Human Rights Day in South Africa. But what does that even mean anymore? Do we really truly have human rights in this country? Or do we just observe public holidays without honoring their purpose? I mean, if human rights were truly respected, then we wouldn't have had to beg for justice. We wouldn't have had to take it to the streets. We wouldn't have had to flood social media for our voices to be heard. A broken justice system. Women and children in South Africa are not protected. Instead, victims are ignored, dismissed, and forced to fight for justice that should rightfully be theirs. How many cases have we seen where perpetrators, criminals, and rapists walk free simply because they have money, connections, and power? How many women have been silenced, have been forced to carry the weight of their trauma because the system does not care enough to protect them? Laws exist in writing, but in practice they mean nothing. The justice system, the government, the SAPS that were meant to serve and protect us, they have failed us. We live in a country where victims are the ones that are supposed to fight, suffer, and struggle for their voices to be heard. Women who have suffered in silence for years are speaking up now, not just for themselves, but for the little girl who needs justice today. For every survivor who was ignored, dismissed, and denied justice they deserved. Because if one person gets justice, it brings healing to all of us who have been failed. We cannot be silent. We cannot accept this as normal. #JusticeForKwekwe is not just a hashtag. It's a cry for help. It's a call to action. If we do not fight, if we don't stand up, nothing will change. To those in power, to the legal system, to the government, we are watching, and we will not stop speaking until justice is served. #JusticeForKwekwe.